o kwa adwuma no awu otimi firi ho no okwa adwuma no asambra na ne fie kwan no ayera no betimi yedi ho ayi no akọ be ma ne fie no asiesi no otimi prebed no ande fro ne nkwan ahihye fridge mu ama be me no ne ade wo timi am nwanwa wo ni obi wo ho mo wo he ho esoro ho ana he na mo wo ni obi ya wo ho 9 years mo nka wade asem wo timi am nwanwa. And as soon as me nipa no meko ne ho weekend inti when humi a me wo ho first no be kwa washing our tete afi di omo ba mu kita suitcase ofa na ganya na me en spinter say my enyo eten spinter oba enyo eten spinters ganya na me spinters really.
We love Friday nights. Benjamin Nketsia here, Sports Panorama. Big shout outs to our YouTube community. Charlie, you guys are large. Representing us both domestically and on the international stage as well. We appreciate it. Wherever you are doing the viewing from, please drop us a quick WhatsApp. You know? Thumbs up there. Let us know where you are getting to us from. Show getting bigger. And of course, that's why Twisco is on the show. The kids love Twisco. Brought to you by Promasidor Ghana Limited. They say, enjoy your Twisco with some cowbell. Enough nutrients to keep the brains of the kids sharp. And for you yourself out there, all you have to do, a few scoops into your mug, add some hot water, and you're good to go. These days, because goal scoring in your easy in tea, Kivo is on the team. Yeah, Charlie. Kivo 4-in-1 Gary soaking mix. Crispy Gary, crunchy granules, creamy milk and sugar. All you need is to just add water and you're good to go. No stress. Just enjoy. I say soakings are easy. It's been quite an interesting week. Before I get into anything, I want to say the legendary bell is back. Thank you very much. Okay, cool down. You see what's about to happen. Okay, so let me announce the text, WhatsApp, and Telegram lines 0549 986 996 0549 986 996. I'll introduce my guys in a bit, but you know how this program is a spiritual show. It's a show that does not walk just in the flesh, you know. We are fortified when we come and sit here, and so the rabbi, knowing that Ghana has hit rock bottom. Oto Addo and Ketokreku are fumbling their steps. There will be a lot to be said about them. There's a big Premier League game this weekend as well. It's Liverpool Football Club against Chelsea. It's time people put people in their place so everybody realizes where Waters' level is. Coach, they've sacked Ferguson too from his luxurious retirement plan at United. The Waffle Zone B team have started with a draw. I can go on and on. We need cleansing. We need prayers. We need intervention. Take it away, Rabbi.
Tale Jehotaleni. Jehotaleni. Ghana. Hani waye kone. Shefio waye kone. Dowae. Hani waye kone. Shefio waye kone. Ghana be woke Jehovah woke mini. Tale Jehotaleni. Wataleni. Jehovah taleni. Ani woye kone. Shefio waye kone. Ani woye kone. Shefio waye kone. How is Jehovah Zebaoth? Wakatane ni woye one Jehotaleni. She bodenche Zebaoth. Tane bononi. Tani Ghana hebajole ye ball mi. Tani ketokreku hebajo. Ni eshi hene yo. Tani Oto Addo denche ba ne le akechin eke John Pencil ke lema ame fama na me le akechin. Coach yen ame sheko. Yo wa jema ame eje Zebaoth. Wo chebo ni no kwa fewo. She won chebo. Ye minshena kemususha waka jema me ye gba ofa amen fitani bi amen gbewo waka telemo ketokreku poko escobi efe nyetele yo wa ba jenye ejeme nutumo nyenyenye tu mamu fe jele mi fe eyo dase ake nutumo nyenyenye tu yo a won chebo waka jema me yejeme omo no ba dumo Yesu gbena ke Yesu ke tio eno tio here gbena ni ba ha no tio here be oba tio he mene so wa ni manso ni wo ba le wo ba wako gbele ya choma chile aba won chebo ye mumro ye he wale na waka mo fia mo ni ba dumo gbena ni eba kan Ghana ba ya no ye ball twa mi yo abodenche ba gie mo ye jeme bodenche ba gie am ye jeme ogbani ba ne le mo fi amole ni kuniyeli ni yo kuniyeli mo fi amole ni kuniyeli yo be pie ke oda agboku no kon no lebe no kon lo ha o ya kon fe ni kon fe ni o kon lile o me ni wo blue amekon ogba ka mi ale kon ba ma kon mi lile o ye ni boenche o kon mo lile oh come on lile o shi wala ke Luis Diaz ejeme wala ke Salah le eje wala meni ale wala ame ke je chi
na ba na ke Chelewane
da ji oye ka Chelewane o ko ba je Chelewane o da ba ji ogba o ba na anukwale ye Yesu gba mi amen no I'm in lyrics one of you Oni ahita wawa awo jeje no kemi ba mi oh bayote awo coach no kemi ba awo coach no kemi ba mi
this guy is having a field time
awo coach no kemi ba mi no no can never me biota. I'll catch a break on the devil no go to an guys can't tell me. Also, I don't can't tell me.
The stone collecting edition.
Ghana be in Kenya, in Kenya, look more, Amenya, Georgie, Ketty, bring me my stone. How no more? Bring me my stone. I'm ready to collect my stone. Why do I reach more trainer scout? Confirm on you that's it. Jordan, are you? Going you that's okay. Coach Elenu Chumo. Jordan, are you? Jordan, are you?
Okay. Let's talk sports. Wow. I love it. Nathan Kwa is here. Susu Graham is here. Yaya Jamie Tai is here. The Rabbi, aka Sheikh Altani, aka Niaba, aka Ni collect your stone.
Agbo aye. Ona gbo no ni ye ni nda.
Oh, Charlie.
Ona mo ko na egbo ni ahale ni ni ye da.
No, don't do that.
Keto kreku omeni wo gbo dan. Agbo aye.
You mean Ofena Chebo aye?
Aye.
Oh,
aye. Aye. Nke aye. Oye musufe esegbo mocho o ba gbe wo lo keto kreku aje oye musufe a o esegbo mocho o ba gbe wo ko gbe wo tan telemo keti telemo ko gbe wo tan telemo keti telemo.
Wow. A wonderful evening to all of you listening and all of you watching out there. Welcome to Sports Panorama 97.3 Citi FM. This week has been interesting. Our worst fears have manifested, if I should put it that way. Last week we came here and said that this FA administration had a win percentage of 36.2 or 36.6, something in that vein. I think it was a 36% win ratio. Going into the
over which period?
Over a period of, I think,
over the period of Keto Kriku.
Yeah.
So in Keto Kriku,
2019 till now.
So basically from October 2019, every game played.
So we had played 52 games before the one we played against Sudan.
Yeah. 36% win ratio.
Now, because of the loss, the percentage will even drop.
Now, what's going on is that we spoke a lot about the double header against Sudan. And from all the sentiments I picked up, I didn't think we were going to get a win in the two games.
You said it.
I was skeptical, but I was hoping to be proven wrong. It didn't happen. We managed to play out a draw here, and then we managed to lose the game in Sudan by 2-0. Now, a lot has happened pre-game, in-game, and post-game. Now, pre-game, I saw a lot of funny things. Onions on the pitch ahead of the game. Garlic.
Ashwan sabolai. Ashwan garlic. Ashwan tofan.
There were
bar spirit.
Oh, that be
lots of conspiracy theories about that. I didn't want to read too much meaning into that type of stuff.
What are the Sudanese vampires?
I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not sure if somebody wants to grind pepper on the pitch. I'm not sure what's going on.
Silver stick. We'll score you. You put pepper
maybe
in your eyes.
literally. And so we ignored that, and then we got to the game itself. Now, on the day, we all watched the game here, and God being so good, the pictures were a lot better than the first leg, so we could see the action properly. Just a few things to pick out tactically, and again, right, the most important factor for me was how we managed to play a double pivot in our game and still managed to get run through the middle about 6 or 7 times by our opponents. People have said things. We're not used to the AstroTurf. Whatever. At the end of the day, we've lost the game, and we need Sudan to lose their next 2 games to give us a chance of qualifying. Well, I'm here to tell you that it won't happen. So those of you who are out with your pens and papers, your abacus, your calculators, put all that stuff away. Put all that stuff away. Your slate, your Dali. Put all that stuff away. look, you're not going to the next AFCON.
There's no
because
degree of
nobody's about to
differentiation or integration will
exactly.
integrate you into
Nobody's
qualifying.
about to lose their next 2 games, so you can miraculously slip.
Win your next 2 games.
And let's be honest, the Black Stars we've watched can't win their next 2 games.
It's as simple
They
as
can't
that.
win their next 2 games. Let's not even go there. But I find a lot of things very interesting. Let me just touch on a few things, and then I'll let Coach tell us how he feels about the road going forward, because that's what it is now. Look, somebody called me, and when that person usually calls me, first of all, before I go on, I want Ghanaians to do something. I want to hear from people. So I'm not going to open the phone lines or activate the phone lines. If you can, send me a 30-second voice note. 30 seconds. 0549 986 996. What must we do to turn our football around? And I'm not even saying Black Stars, our football.
Our football.
What must we do to turn our football around? Send me a voice note. 0549 986 996. Coach, now 2 nights ago, somebody called me. Like I'm saying, this person, when they call me, typically it's about sponsorships, LPMs, advertisement stuff. He called me and he was like, Ben, Charlie, what's happening? I'm like, what do you mean what's happening? He says, Charlie, are we going to sit here and let this rot? I'm like, what are you talking about? What's happening? He says, the Black Stars, our football. Charlie, you see what they do against Sudan. Charlie, what they happened to one team? I took like a deep breath. I was on the phone for like 10 seconds. I didn't know what to say.
Exactly.
I didn't know what to say. And I said, you know what? Sincerely, right? What I believe must happen is that we must tear down our entire football structure and redo it again. That's what I told him. And he says, what do I mean? I said that, you remember number 12? Mm-hmm. It was done because our football was in a rotten place. And number 12 gave birth to Keto Kreku. So, in a lot of ways, Kurt was supposed to be the golden boy, the hope, the guy who rebuilt football from the grassroots, according to his own words. When he was campaigning, he said he was going to do it ground up, empower the code system of which you are a proud member, the juvenile football system, so it could feed our football tree or our football system. Fast forward 2 terms in, seeking a 3rd term, I think our football has retrogressed by maybe 10 years, maybe more. And I was telling him that the solution is not to remove Kurt, because that's what everybody keeps hammering on. It won't change anything, because the kind of system that birthed Kurt will birth another Kurt, probably even worse. I told him, and this is what I sincerely believe in. As long as our football structure remains like this, where the ultimate power rests with people who call themselves football people, nothing will change. And anybody can take me on this matter. Nothing will change.
120 delegates.
Our football
120 delegates
will have to have a certain level of state stakeholdership in it.
It's as simple as that.
For it to actually thrive. If you leave football in the hands of a group of powerful individuals who own clubs and say that when the system is rotting and you are going to cough out the next person, you are hoping that the next person that comes will not have similar characteristics or similar DNA. I'm here to tell you that I have
It's a lie.
a beachfront house for you at Asokwa. I'll sell you a beachfront house at Kumasi. if you believe that type of story, it's not going to happen. So look, as much as Kurt is a part of the problem, I think he's only a minute part of it. And this message here does in no way exonerate him from the evils that have been done to our football. In no way. Look, I say that our current Black Stars, and I'm going to finish in 2 minutes so you can come in. There's so much wrong with our Black Stars. Like, I've seen a lot of content in the last 48 hours that just has me shaking my head. Like, I've seen players in a scuffle, Atizigi and Jordan, where people have said it was a scuffle and there's a falling out. Some people say that it is not what it seems, but Jordan was rather trying to calm Atizigi down. I've seen a video where Jordan is complaining bitterly about a situation to Kwesi Appiah. I've heard interpretations to it. Some people say, I'm going to speak about all those things. Some people say that Jordan was visibly unhappy about Oto Addo's tactics and was telling Kwesi Appiah that these tactics won't get us a goal in a win like this. And so he had actually abandoned the team bench and had to be convinced by Kwesi Appiah to return to the team. So apparently, Jordan and Oto have a little going on. That's the first thing. And apparently, it also cascades into the captainship and the leadership of the team. So there was the tactical bit, there's the leadership bit. In the end, the second game, he didn't start. I remember correctly. Now, nobody needs to tell you. Look, if you are looking at the Black Stars from the outside, nobody needs to tell you that the Black Stars is in shambles. From the on-pitch standpoint, from the culture standpoint, from the tactical standpoint, the Black Stars is in shambles. And the word out there is that Oto Addo has lost his dressing room and that nobody's listening to him again. That is unfortunate. I heard him react to the game that they just lost, and I was appalled at his comments. He basically threw his team under the bus by saying that, well, people try to overestimate the abilities of this Black Stars team. Well, this is not the Black Stars of old, and that people should rein in their expectations. Oto Addo, I'm extremely sorry, but that is absolute hogwash. I'm extremely sorry.
The biggest lie I've heard in my life.
That is you can't say that anywhere.
Said you can't compare.
You can't say that anywhere.
You see, just to stop this, it's not like we lost to Brazil or Argentina
Or
or
Niger.
Germany. We couldn't beat Niger.
And you lost to Sudan.
You couldn't beat Sudan. You lost to Sudan, Angola. You are better than every single your player for player. How many of those players from any of those teams will enter the Black Stars squad?
He's not
being honest.
4 or 5 players from the Niger
Let me just land.
play in his
They
club.
That's blasphemy. I mean, to say that this Black Stars team is not good enough. Look, on paper, and I'll challenge anybody anywhere. This Black Stars team is a top 5 team in Africa. On paper, anywhere. I'm telling you, Senegal, Egypt, Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire. On paper, we are a top 5 team on this continent. You can't tell me otherwise. Any day. You can bring your starting 11 of which teams you think are the best on the continent. I'm telling you that we are putting up a starting 11.
With a capable coach, we should be able to beat them.
That is equally as strong. And so that myth about us not being good enough on the quality sense, please don't even go there at all. You are failing at your job, and somebody needs to point it out to you. What I'm going to say is that I'm going to play Oto Addo's voice, his reaction to the Ghana-Sudan game. I'll return to my voice note vault in a bit to see what Ghanaians have to say. Let me hear Oto Addo on the level of the team he's currently coaching, and then he has something to say about the World Cup, and then I'll let my panelists have a go at it. So let's listen to Oto, and then we'll come back in studio.
We have to reflect that the team is not there where we want them to be, and it's a different time. People sometimes, I think people are a little bit stuck in the past. They're living in the actual time now, and we always refer to the past, but we have to think about now. What is about now, and we have to see what our options now, what we do now. And I can't compare players who have been playing in Chelsea, Juventus, Turin, Barcelona, Inter Milan, AC Milan. We had all these kind of players. Compare them with all the respect to our players, with our players at the moment. Maybe they will get there one day, but they're not there yet. And this is no excuse. We have to beat out of 2 games. We have to beat at least one time, and maybe one time draw. We have to beat Sudan, But it's very, very difficult for the players, especially like if before the matches there's a lot of negativity towards them. And if it's after the game, like I said, it's normal. But even if it's before, for me, this is not normal. So, but I can understand the way people are thinking. Like I said, we are representing the society. We are representing Ghana. And we have a big responsibility. And therefore, we have to do much, much better.
So Oto is basically echoing what Kurt said when we went and failed in Cameroon, that we don't have Ronaldos and Messis in our team, and so we should pipe down with our expectations.
So what he's saying is that if the teams that got out of the group, they have Ronaldo and Messi. That's what he's saying. Okay.
He says they have special players. Basically, we don't have anybody who's on that level.
Angola who've been perfect.
Yeah.
They have Ronaldo and Messi.
Let me start off with you, Nimli. I've seen a lot of things. I'm sure you've seen and heard a lot of things this week around our team. look, like I've said and established already, this is like a state of emergency for the Black Stars. Where do we go from here?
Nketsia, I am controlling myself.
You have to. You have to.
To be very honest with you.
You have to.
But even that, I say me to me tuja. I have to fire. If Ghana is a serious country, Oto Addo should be sacked immediately.
If he respects himself, he will resign.
If he respects himself, he himself, if he's truly German trained, he should resign his position as the head coach of the Black Stars. They should all go and leave our team alone. Goodness me. After disgracing Ghana in this manner, you come and talk like this? Who did we lose to?
Sudan.
Who are the team beating us?
Sudan.
We lost the game to Sudan. We couldn't beat Niger.
Couldn't beat Angola.
We couldn't beat Angola.
Al Hilal Omdurman players.
Players ni trouble ye Al Hilal ke Omdurman ke Al Merrek mekanibi wanye wawame.
Thailand.
Some of them even play with masons and fishermen.
You and I don't know.
I'm telling you.
Who are those
you and I
playing with?
don't know.
Many trouble in Thailand. They mason be
And
trouble in Thailand.
because of the war in Sudan, Al Marek and Al Hilal,
They play the
playing in
Mauritanian League.
Mauritanian League.
They are playing in Mauritania.
This man takes home $50,000. His Excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. It's simple.
That's a lot of money.
If you don't sack and direct Oto Addo to be sacked, then you are part of this mess.
Oh, but we've established from the
No,
get-go that he's always been part of
I'm
it.
telling you honestly. You see the solution you put forward? We should pull down the whole building. Everything at the Ghana Football Association should be pulled down.
You say we should clear the site.
Completely. Completely.
Yeah, this current football structure
Look.
doesn't work.
Ketokreku will not go and register under FIFA. Ketokreku Football Association. FIFA will not admit him. We are where we are because FIFA deals with what? Countries. And in Ghana here, look, when FIFA themselves was deemed to be corrupt, what happened to them? FIFA is situated in what? Switzerland.
Yeah.
They go investigate.
The laws of FIFA did not
Supersede
supersede the laws of Switzerland.
Nope.
I beg you, yeah. Today, where is Ed Blatter? Where is Platini? They are all
Disgraced.
history.
One side.
Jacqueline.
You understand what they are saying?
Tell that guy.
Ketokreku carries himself with arrogance. I repeat, with arrogance, showing no respect to the people of this country.
He knows his level.
When you take our national team and you disgrace our national team and you beat some bojo team, they come, I know my level. I know my level. Hey, my level. Even the one who sang my level has got proper dignity and pride. Shatawale has got proper dignity and pride. He has a standard within his profession. That's why when he comes out, it is just boom like that. Wale, freedom. Freedom. Oh, boom, 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 boom. Freedom. Freedom.
What's going
freedom.
on here?
I mean, are you all?
Against the 40th birthday.
I go get something and I go buy the motor for mama.
Wale.
One worry me. I go show all of them tragedy.
So much all.
No, if you listen up.
You know what tell me, Wale?
Start to
Hey, Baba. Oh.
sing my song. If I keep up a line,
Oh, Charlie.
because
Look.
you don't know the day of Jesus Christ. He
When you
come.
you virtually disgrace the whole country. I told you Oto Addo will have to be sacked. The sports minister, you've got 2 months. Whether Baumia wins the election or John Dramani Mama wins the election, your excellencies, you've got 2 months. Leave a legacy, leave a proper legacy. In Nketsia, remember I said it here. Nobody will pay compensation from the taxpayers to Oto Addo For as long as me, Coach Nimley, am alive, I will take this matter to court. I've said it here before. Because when Oto Addo was being given the job, I came here and I said that if Ketokreku is not in bed with Oto Addo, somebody who didn't meet one criteria, one requirement, he couldn't meet it. You give him a contract, a 3 years contract, $50,000 on top of that. Look,
I'm not sure Dortmund ever dreamt of giving him that kind of money.
Papa, come on, I'm in Poto Watchui.
You mean they are mashing your heart?
They are mashing our hearts. What sort of people are these? What sort of people are these? Look, it is the way forward. The entire structure at the Ghana Football Association should be pulled down. For people that we all thought are proper football people, well-landed academicians, justifying the taking of $100,000, there's proper rot at the FA. The rot at the FA and the structure there would see nobody succeed. The time has come for us to take our football away from football people. How do we do that? We need proper state involvement. I have said here that I support the way it used to be. What is that way? The sitting government, the government of the day,
appoints an
FA president.
Yeah.
And then the so-called football people brings the vice.
The last person to do that was it
before Akwesi Nyantechi?
Was it Jaola?
Yes, I think it was Jaola. I think he took off for.
No, it was Ben.
I think it was Nyaho Tamaklo. He was the last FA president we had before Nyantechi.
Before Nyantechi. How do you destroy something? And in trying to talk about fixing the thing, then Oto Addo, you have no shame. I repeat, Oto Addo, you have no shame. You said our players are not what?
They're not good enough. He's basically saying their players are not good enough.
He Oto Addo, how good is he? O coach Mofia Monake, only coaching. Trainer scout. Dortmund themselves describe you as trainer scout player developer. You were scouting players and developing players. The committee that was set up, look, those committees, I said God will judge you all. They came out and they told us that Oto Addo's presentation was what? Was the best.
But wait,
of over 100. I challenged Kojo Addo-Mensah and everybody who sat on that committee to bring the recording or the video that showed that Oto Addo's PowerPoint presentation was the best. It is never true.
But the requirements of the national
You should
team
have even been given an interview.
How are you going to present when you're not? When you're required
you don't. Wasn't it like 10 years of experience?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He met none of them.
You even say I'm saying he shouldn't have been even given a chance to present.
It means that me to have been gotten a chance.
Today you are secret. Some of them is on record that say we are sorry. You are sorry what? Prosperity will judge you. It is difficult for us to be saying these things. But no, like I said, even if my wife Susan is not up to the tax, I'll be the first person to say, babe, you know what? Baby. Oh Lord Jesus. That's my baby. If Mrs. Nimle is not up to the tax, I'll romantically.
Oh yeah.
Romantically.
Revoke her rule.
Revoke her rule. Sweetheart, come. Menenche inkutako ntanko ni abagbo na ame. Wo ba shia din. Ni what you love. Shia me sane ame. By what you love. You understand what I'm saying? So if you could do this to Ghana, you expect us to forgive you?
Ben, just for record sake,
yes,
let us run through what the GFA said it wanted in
appointing a head coach for the Blasters.
This was January 2024, 26 January.
Yeah. Right after the AFCON. This was a couple of days after the AFCON.
The new Black Stars is one, the potential head coach should be a proven winner.
Oto Addo is not a proven winner.
In top men's national team or club football.
He's never done so before.
Strike one.
Must have a football philosophy that aligns or complements our DNA.
What is Oto? We don't know Oto Addo's philosophy.
3, must hold the highest football license in the world with over 15 years coaching experience.
That disqualifies him.
4, proven track record in team reconstruction. organization and development of young talent.
He had no proven record.
Coach,
I'm coming.
The young talent, as a trainer, scout, player development, he was developing young talent. So
Let's give
Proven
him that.
disciplinarian, tactician, and leadership skills. Ben, I'm going to say something quite funny. It looks like the English FA, they rather read this one and
And they
employed Thomas
appointed
Tuchel.
Toto Alotimo. It
It looks like they rather read this one.
And they appointed Thomas
But we
Tuchel.
told you people that when this thing was released, that this
one the end-
bracket,
it wasn't even realistic.
this
Let's
bracket
start-
was for Ancelotti's and Pep Guardiola's
Toto
and
Alotimo and
Because
co.
you know 15 years of experience
That's what
is
I'm
in
saying.
football.
Yes.
at the top level.
It's
Look,
crazy.
That's
Do you
for the
know
top
what?
managers.
There were we had applicants like Roberto Donadoni, even Heavy Renard. He was approached and he told them that, look, I'll be ready for this job in August. Let me see the French women's national team through the World Cup. I'll come and take
Heavy Renard, they like we can't pay him like.
Oh, we can pay
he's
him.
coming.
Aja 100,000 Randy Abe free. We can pay him. How much was he taking as the French women's coach? How much was he taking? He was not even taking 50,000 euros. Check for me.
We'll do the research.
I doubt, but we'll find out.
Check. I think we have discussed it here before. Check. Heavy Renard's annual salary was around 400 and something thousand annually. If you break it down per month, he was not even taking 50,000 euros a month. So we could have paid him the money. Somebody with a proven track record that will look into the face of Keto. Come on, get out from my office.
Okay.
Come on, get out.
Ben,
Yes.
if you go through, I mean, when you check the numbers,
Uh-huh.
so currently, Hervé Renard earns about £345,000 a year.
A year. Break
So if
it
you
down.
break it
So
down,
by
it's about £28,000 or 33,000 euros a month.
So realistically, we can afford this.
If
What we know Otto is getting paid is true, then we can afford it.
you take Oto Addo out of the equation, we can pay Heavy Renard even $600,000 a month. We can multiply that by 2 and give it to him free. We'll do a decent job for our team. He will not come and tell that these players are not up to scratch. He will not say that. He will be grateful to even work with the likes of Kudus, Semenyo and Co.
Yeah.
Pate and Co. Ole coaching. Instead of you to sit there and blame yourself that Oto Addo, my coaching is not in line with the modern era. That's what he should have said in the interview. Than to turn around and blame Ghanaians that we think our team is up there, but our team is actually not
He's
up
always
there.
had this
What
posture.
sort of disrespect is
He's
that?
always had this posture since
Really, Abumo.
since he entered into our
But
coaching
you see-
space.
Ebumo.
But you see, Chris, I don't fault him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She let him
I fault his handlers and the people who handed
They
him.
literally, because they flew
The
to
job.
Germany to go and convince
we
a
were
trainer
told
to
that
come and
they
become our
paid
coach.
Dot. We compensated Dot.
You have
for this.
You have to.
For this. Nketsia.
But you know the one that even annoys me. We were lucky to go to the World Cup. So you knew you were lucky.
You are lucky.
You knew you were lucky. You knew you were lucky.
And then you
still-
accepted to come back and coach the team.
Yeah.
You told the whole world that this team is not the team you want.
I think
to
he's
coach.
exposed himself. Basically, what he's done. Land for me. Where do we go from here? We're in a state
It's
of
simple.
emergency. We are not qualifying to.
There's
the
a
Where
World
do
Cup
we go?
qualifiers to play. America, Canada, Mexico is on the line.
Yeah.
Look, I'm going to say something here.
Yeah.
If we don't sack Otto and get rid of Keto Kriku, we should forget about the World Cup. No, alomome. You don't want. You may not believe that, but look. If the people who made you president,
Chris, repeat that.
alomome.
Tell them what it means in
What does it
English.
mean?
We've been cursed by
No,
certain
no.
people.
Wait, if you say no, some individual.
Individuals.
Isn't that what Kidi says? So they are doing me lomo.
Alomome. Those who made you president, you refer to them as what? Your enemies. You've destroyed their football teams. You've destroyed them as football people. People who had better track record, better experience than you, Keto Kriku. You've destroyed them. Do you think God will bless you? Go and lie down on your back on your bed and look at the ceiling and count every square meter of your ceiling in your bedroom so that the good Lord will reveal to you those you have to go and apologize to. That aside, technically you are bankrupt. You don't understand football. It's all about going to sell your players. having destroyed the atmosphere in our team.
On his last trip to
you
go
were
and
in
sell
Germany.
players, he witnessed the 5-0.
Yeah, 5-0. And the people of Germany was asked, are you sure this is the national team of Ghana? Are you sure?
Are you sure they will
Was that?
Oh, I'm telling you. I
was
spoke
that
to like 3 people.
Was that not the standby team
that they wanted to force onto the throat of Brad Lai?
same team?
The same team.
Same team.
Listen,
I'm
if you
here
don't know, when Lai was coaching the
under 17,
there was another under 17
team. These were the boys.
Stand by.
Predominantly Keto Kreku's players, Randy Abbey's players, Mark Addo's players,
they are doing
GG
things.
players. All you see, how can you be running football in the whole Ghana, and you and your people, you and your cabal of people, you think it is only your football players who qualify to play for a national team? How can you be doing that? What sort of evil is that?
Land for me.
What sort of demonic attributes are these? Look, let me tell you something. I want to advise Kudus. You see that so-called apology nonsense he wrote?
I've seen it.
He better pull it down.
Oh, Kuda. How so? How so?
If Kudus wants the people of this country to love him and appreciate him for the football talent he is, he should not allow the people of the Ghana Football Association.
You mean he
to
should
use
quit with the PR things?
He should stop this nonsense. No, come on. Ball in your line, ball in your line. Ya cry. Follow me. If I put my 86-year-old mother there, she will tap it in. Serious, simple. I'm telling you. Never tap it. No more. Benny Owogo from 60 years, 70 years. You have missed that goal. Look, I'll put my neck in Nketsia will score.
Oh, you know me already.
Ghana will
No, you know that me there.
Super striker.
Have you
Mad be baller.
Super striker.
No.
In the 2 things. Obanyo gbeke o pole mi.
Etawo.
Alo ba ha le quick tapping.
Oh.
J gidi gidi.
Kudus, you better focus on that. That FAPR apology you've put out there.
Marcus Rashford behavior.
Absolute rubbish. Pull it down immediately. The advisors of Kudus, those who are closer to him, they should tell him.
Somebody was doing
He should pull that
apology
apology
analysis. People were doing apology analysis.
Are you serious? When Ghana, the Black Stars is in this level of disgrace, Keto Kreku, Oto Addo, and Kudus, who should be apologizing to the people of this country?
So, coach, I have a question. If Keto Kreku apologizes, if Oto Addo apologizes, then can Kudus apologize?
No, he doesn't come in at all.
Okay, I just wanted to
He
understand.
doesn't come in
We
at all.
don't need on paper apologies.
We don't need it.
You are a footballer. Leave those
Oh
things.
no, Oba trouble.
We don't need those things for football.
That is the.
To be honest.
that is the form of apology we want from Kudus.
Well,
Don't put on paper.
He's a Jay-Z footballer.
So,
no, I'm telling you.
So like imagine like
social media.
like what coach is saying. Are you going to say that every time the team plays badly or loses a
You
game?
can't apologize.
Me, I was just asking.
I'm
Yes.
just simply saying.
You come and apologize.
Me honestly, I don't see why you
Yeah.
should apologize.
You should come and apologize.
You have a bad day. You can't win every game.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
And you're supposed to know better. Look,
Yeah.
if you look at that post, you see the Ghana Football Association logo and everything smelling in it. No, but we saw it.
You can smell it.
We saw it.
Land for me. Land
And you
for
could
me,
clearly
land
see
for
that.
me.
Look,
You've
this
dropped the Kudus advice. Who else do you need to advise before we
It's Keto Kreku himself. Only fame of Bahana Chebwaye. Jaya Jiboye. She only fame of Bahani.
Explain to the people. What does it mean?
Look, you are not a witch
Or in this case, wizard.
or a wizard, but your actions or inactions will allow people to refer to you as such. Aye, aye, oye musunfe, eshwen
Must be Lord Voldemort.
Do you understand? He has. He has destroyed our intestine. Everything in our stomach, he has taken away.
Coach Trap, Charlie. People who are watching us on YouTube, Charlie, they will Coach Trap.
He has taken everything in our stomach. He's taken away.
This is the
We are
anti-football
left
game.
with our body alone. Yes, he's still not satisfied. He's killing us to the core. So now that the Black Stars is dead, Keto Kreku, Telemo means come and carry us and go and bury us. Carry us and go and bury us. I repeat, carry us and go and bury us. His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, His Excellency the former Vice President. If you win the election before you can step in. If you don't win, you can't step in. But for those who are empowered now, Who has got? I wish I was the look. Can Ghanaians give me power for just one day?
We'll listen to Ghanaians in a bit.
One day, no man, sure, so the FIFA can ban us. Who care about FIFA? I will just
calm down.
Declare that place a crime zone. Is it the first time we'll be declaring the FA area a crime zone? We've declared a crime zone. Come on, your friend. Come on, get out from there, and let me take charge and put football where it should belong. All our national team disgrace, under 17 disgrace, 20 disgrace,
women,
everything I say.
Yep.
And then you are selling your players.
We'll give it to
the Ghana Premier League is in shambles.
It's in shambles. Yesterday I was listening to the people from Hasselhoff. They say we are there now. They will come. They want to cover your game. Huh? No money. The games are virtually being broadcasted for free, and the teams are not making any money from that.
Where will you make the money from?
Hey,
Shambles.
Who taught you this? Where did you learn this from?
Let me go to Yao.
Where did you learn this from?
Yao, it's been a long week. Like I said, lots of content. I don't know what you've picked on.
Where are
you taking this from?
Yeah, in your introduction, you said our youth football, Ketokreku, he came in, big, high and big on youth football and all that. The thing is, on paper, he's doing it because as we speak, there's under 15, elite under 15 competition going on at Pram Pram, the BA version. There's under 15 Volta region under 15 football league going on at Pram Pram. But here's the deal.
Yeah, before you can let me help you. Do you know what they are doing there?
Yeah, I'm going there. So they are doing it. What they should do, they are doing it. But they've skewed it. You see, they've skewed it to the point where out of, let's say, 25 players that get called up to, let's say, the under 17, out of 25, it's just 5 players that
probably will get
outside
there. Yep.
The zone that is
capturing zone.
The zone that is connected to a team owned by someone at the ESCO.
Yeah.
Someone who is
right
very
now,
close
right
to.
Now, you know how the network is like. It's like a guy who is connected to the guy who is connected to the guy who is connected.
Yes, because so that you won't establish a direct link.
Yep.
Right now they are doing it.
Pray that you fail if you don't change.
They are using it as a small screen, more or less. So they have created small screens in picking players for the national teams at various stages, and it is hurting our team.
Yeah, wait, I have a song for Oto Addo. Trainer scout, no tension. We are losing.
Oh, Charlie.
By the grace of Ket. Jambo, Bawasaba. Trainer scout. No tension, we are losing by the grace of Ket. Jamo, Bawasaba. For the last. Trainer scout,
Slow version.
no tension. We are losing
Slow pace.
by the grace of Ket. Jamo, Bawasaba. Yeah, continue.
Thank you. And last week? Yes, last week I sat here and I said that midfield combo of Elisha Owusu and Ibrahim Sulemana. It's a no-no. It's a no-no.
Especially if you are trying to win.
Especially if you are trying to win. Knowing very well that one, their profiles aren't versatile enough. They aren't distinct enough. Is more or less virtually the same profile that they have, but executed in a different way.
That was one of the problems between him and Jordan. Jordan told him in the face, okay, this system, we cannot win this game.
Yep.
It's a must-win game. Jordan Kelly, we must say it for Ghanaians to know that. Jordan told Oto Addo
So
that double combo was a useless combo. We can't use it to win the game. So he hated Jordan.
So I said it.
Jordan,
aside,
there's a split between Oto and Jordan.
Jordan told you.
relax.
It has happened.
Relax.
It has happened.
So we are saying that
Yes.
our very good friend
Jordan. Yes, Ekele
told Otto that this double pivot.
Tactics. I said you are being diplomatic. I said tactics.
Tactics kind.
Tactics and then he said, what? Jordan said, I'm telling you.
He says
he said Zuku tactics.
But
Jordan told him
but Nathan, you always make reference to this this example, this basketball example. David Blatt, he drew a play.
Yes.
And like, Clippers Cavaliers.
Oh yes, Bulls versus Cavs. 2016.
You get the ball and you pass it to Kyrie.
LeBron
shot. LeBron just took the playbook, the playbook,
the tactics, cancelled everything,
and then worked the scheme and said, "I'll get the ball and I'll take the final shot." He went to the court, took the final shot, and made it.
It's simple.
Jordan Ayew, per his experience, per the level that he has played at, he is more or less in terms of not ability, but in terms
he has
of
seen set up that work.
Yes, he has
under certain conditions.
He has worked under several
and
coaches,
especially that he's played with a defensive coach like Roy Hodgson. He can see when you are not trying to score.
So
exactly.
win this game.
So that is what you see. I think that situation alone is a big situation for the Black Stars, but I'll come to it.
So I will not be surprised if Jordan doesn't play for
so
Ghana.
if he sees
and
that,
Oto Addo,
so if he sees that, okay, this combo is not working, he will definitely make a suggestion, and he's that kind of a big boy who shouldn't be afraid to walk to.
There.
He's the big boy in the team.
Is not there.
He's the elder statesman in the team.
Yes.
Talk to the coach.
Who will talk to the coach?
He's the elder statesman in the team.
And our coach waited 70 minutes. You watched 70 minutes of us struggling in Accra before he made a change.
So if that combo didn't work in Accra, because one, their profiles are pretty similar and it's not versatile enough, and on top of that, they don't have enough familiarity. Combining those two guys against Sudan in Accra was the first time they played together.
Yes.
That's one.
Yes.
Then you repeated it in Libya.
Well, they had the experience. They had played together once, so the second time they
So,
should have made it.
you get it.
When he did the thing here, Jordan told him it won't work. When they went to Libya and Jordan said, this thing, it will not work.
And on top of that,
we have a game to win. Why are you playing this thing?
On top of that, you make your substitutions and you don't vary anything. It's still take off Enes bring on Fatawu Ishahaku. You don't play orthodox wingers. You still play inverted wingers. When you are playing against a team that has packed the midfield, I don't get it. We sat here, we identified that. Forget free kicks, just corners.
15. We had 15.
Just work on corners. Look, Belgium and Netherlands. Everyone should go and watch Belgium and
France.
Italy.
Belgium and Italy.
Belgium and Italy. Belgium's first goal. Martin de Kuipers. Go and watch how they work that free kick. That free kick. Go and watch how they work that free kick. That tells you that Domenico Tedesco did his job. He's not sleeping. You have a centre back pair. They do well together, but they are slow, and you are playing a high line. No, look at the goals. Look at the goals we considered.
Into the second half, then you change from a 4-2-3-1 to a 4-2-4. Virtually gave the midfield away. So one pass, no,
look at the goals we conceded. Didn't we concede goals when we had set up with a very high line?
Similar goals against Central African Republic in Kumasi. You don't one ball, then those two it's Salisu and
as for Salisu, I'll come to him.
Salisu,
he was doing some Aziz Zakari over there.
And
he was lying. Nothing had happened to him. He had been beaten for peace. Nothing had happened to him.
I know this will please coach. Algeria is coached by Vladimir Petkovic. He's a former Bordeaux, Lazio, and Switzerland.
Was he not handling Switzerland?
Yes. Yep, former Switzerland coach. Egypt's head coach Hossam Hassan, the great Hossam Hassan, former Zamalek Ismaili Al-Masri Smoha head coach.
There you go.
Cameroon is coached by Marc Bress, former KV Mechelen and OH Leuven, Belgian teams. And he has coached a handful of teams from the Gulf states.
He's coached
at the top level
in Belgium.
No problem. Tunisia, their head coach is Fawzul Benzati, a former Etoile du Sahel, Monastir,
top team in
Esperance,
Africa.
CS Vaxien head coach.
Top teams in Africa.
He coached Etoile du Sahel,
Esperance, US Monastir, and Etoile du Sahel.
Charlie, that's a rich CV.
Mali head coach Nathan Qualls Thompson Fit.
Yep.
Do we need to talk about Thompson Fit? I don't need to talk about it. No problem.
Thompson Fit. You see, for context, Thompson Fit's CV may not jump at you.
He actually applied for the Ghana job.
But you see, in terms of
he applied for he applied for the Ghana job.
In terms of reconstructing teams.
Right? What he did with Zambia.
If anybody remembers the Gambia from 2 AFCON,
they were playing very well.
That's Tom Sedfi. Togo.
He applied.
Ben, the kind of work Tom Sedfi has done on the continent.
When have you ever seen Gambia at an AFCON? That AFCON and they were playing football.
Let me get to the quarterfinal. Continue. Nigeria, Austin Eguavoen. Do I need to talk about Austin Eguavoen?
You don't need to talk about
And they were in the running for Bruno Labbadia, a former Bundesliga winning head coach. He almost signed, but because of some differences, he decided not to come, and they settled for Austin Eguavoen. Austin Eguavoen, very respected head coach.
He's coach
technical director before.
Yep.
He has lots of experience. DR Congo, Sebastien Desabre, former ASEC Mimosa coach. Former Cotton Sport Garua head coach. Former Ismaili coach.
Sebastian Desabre has also applied for a Ghana job in recent times. I'm not sure exactly.
That Casablanca
I think it was
head
before
coach.
Hilton was given the job. He applied.
You see, former with that Casablanca head coach.
Look at the top clubs.
Former Ismaili head coach.
Keep going.
Former Cotton Sport Garua head coach.
Keep going.
Former ASEC Mimosa head coach.
Now,
South Africa.
Keep going.
Hugo Bruce.
Former
AFCON winner
with Cameroon.
So when you look at
this one, you didn't mention Cote d'Ivoire.
I didn't even mention Cote d'Ivoire.
Senegal didn't come.
Senegal didn't even come in.
DR Congo didn't come.
DR Congo is Sebastien Desabre. Former.
And like I'm saying, I think Desabre applied for the
didn't come.
Desabre applied for the Ghana job before it was given to Hilton.
I didn't even mention Morocco because someone who has guided Morocco to the semi-finals of a World Cup. I don't even need to bring him into this conversation.
Ben, I just want to say something.
Get it?
I just want to say something. When you look at the profile of all these coaches, right? I'm going to when England named Tuchel as
something
their
I want
head
to talk
coach,
about.
But I just want to say something. I look at England's squad as it is now, and I look at Ghana's squad as it is now. The similarities are there. Young players who have potential. But you know what England have done?
They've given them
brought in somebody who has the skill,
knowledge,
and experience to do what? To take them from point A
to A plus.
To A plus.
Me mum, I don't trust Oto Addo.
But here's a CV.
That's the point.
You will get into it.
That's the baseline.
Yes, just to wrap up.
That's the baseline.
Coach Oto Addo, I was very disappointed with that comment he made about the players.
I know that. Before you should tell Coach Oto Addo, me CV, trainer scout.
Okay, yes.
Player developer.
He advanced guys like Yusuf Amukoko.
Yeah, you see,
Mukoko that Dortmund have gotten rid of. What is the development?
You see, when I get it. This team is in transition, but you don't make such statements publicly. And I still, even if you make such statement publicly, even in private, I still have an issue.
I think it reeks of what is going on internally.
Because
the players
look at the players that we have heading into the international break. Iñaki Williams was nominated for La Liga Player of the Month. Antoine Semenyo had Jamie Redknapp, a former footballer who is now a football pundit, raving about him on TV. Antoine Semenyo's form has gotten Graham Potter to comment about him positively and praise him.
He's become Bournemouth Player of the Month. He's top Player of the Month.
Thank you. Now you look at
Kudus. He
look at Kudus Mohammed.
He's one of the best dribblers in Europe.
Yes,
every year. Go and look at take on numbers.
I don't even need to talk too much about Kudus. Then you look at Ibrahim Sulemana, one of the highly rated young players in the Serie A. Look at Elisha Owusu heading into this international window. He has scored 2 goals and provided an assist, and was one of the best players at AJ Oxlade. Look at Mohamed Salisu. Haven't we been seeing Salisu in the Champions League?
Yep.
Atizigi is one of the better performing goalkeepers in the Swiss league.
Yep.
How is it that some way somehow when they come together,
they are sweating there, the spirits are sweating
some way somehow?
So it's upsetting.
La cha pampan Oto Addo kenny ya no la cha chole. Now when he turns and look, it's John Pencil, he's seeing the day kake enye he no. Oh Lord Jesus.
I don't know how many of you guys listen to CBS, but Godfred said something. He said that if you go and watch John Pencil's academy team in Nigeria, It's a horror show.
They train under a high tension.
I may have been there. Oh.
High tension.
We've done a report there. Oh. I don't want to go there. I don't even want to. It's a whole show on its own. I don't even want to go there. Please laugh for me.
And Oto Addo made a comment about the mentality of the players, and that's where I bring in Ketokreku, the GFA boss, because you are in charge of management of the Black Stars.
We hear they have in a very
Nicodemously
made Dr. Randiabe the new management chairman.
Listen, all I'm saying is that the current thing we are running, the current structure, it won't.
We should pull it down.
Yeah, please land for me.
Yes.
Land for me.
I'm reading this quote from the interview. He said, "You see that the boys have it. The boys have it. It's just a mental thing. For us, it's very, very important, and this is where we have to pick up. This is where we have to be better. When things go wrong, we stick to the plan. The main plan has to be fulfilled, and the players have to learn to stick to the plan, be conscious." And yeah, he continued. It's a mental thing.
Whose quotes are these?
Oto Addo. He said it's a mental thing. So clearly,
I think
what do they need?
Hold on. We're about to move.
Yes, and on top of that, I've seen the same things being repeated. And in Oto Addo's second term, what I saw in the first term. I'll give you a simple example. The World Cup, you were there in Qatar. Aside the Ronaldo goal, Ghana conceded 7 goals in total in 3 games.
In 70 or 30 minutes.
30 minutes. Forget the Ronaldo goal. Take the Ronaldo goal aside. The 6 remaining goals that we conceded, they were scored in 13 minutes. Over a span of 13 minutes. Against Portugal, take out the Ronaldo goal. Ghana conceded in the 58th and 68th minutes. In the game against South Korea,
we were comfortably ahead.
We beat them 3-2, but the 2 goals we conceded, 58 and 61st minute. Against Uruguay,
same thing, back-to-back goals.
We considered in the 26th and the 32nd minute. So if you add it
and then bring it to Sudan, bring it to the second leg against Sudan.
It is 12 minutes. Then you add the seconds, you get 13 minutes. So you consider 6 goals in 13 minutes. Then you stepped aside. You come back and we play against Sudan, and you concede 2 goals in 3 minutes. 62nd and 65th minute. The man is not improving. Charlie, he needs to go. He needs to
be sacked.
That's just what it is.
Nobody will pay him any compensation, or else I'll take Ketokreku for Nicodemously appointing him.
What are the numbers saying as far as our football revolution is concerned?
So my lawyers are ready. They are waiting for that day.
So as of from the last show, our win rate has dropped from 36.5 to 35.8. So that's the update.
I mean, how do we call this in Ghana? Ababase. The boss says somewhere, and like Ketokreku, we are just going backwards.
Lean back.
Ababase.
You see, I don't even know where to go or where to start. So you, Ben, give me somewhere to go.
Listen,
give me a road.
Talk to me about tactics and team culture, because that's where I think the main problem is. I was really alarmed. I was really alarmed by one, that Jordan video with Kwesi Appiah. 2, that Atizigi Jordan incident. 3, that Kudus public apology. And then 4, that Oto Addo, these players are not good enough. If it just tells me one thing, it tells me that this team is crumbling from within. Like from within, the players, the coach, nobody's on the same page. It's like everybody's now doing what they like. Yes. And so literally no leadership.
Jordan, he told Oto Addo boldly in the face, we cannot win this game with this status.
Is functioning. It's very poor. You understand? The environment in which this team is functioning is very poor. If you want a seed to grow, the conditions will have to be right. One condition that must be right is soil, meaning the environment. Okay? To go back to the Bible, and apologies to those who are not Christians, to go back to the Bible, our Lord Jesus Christ preached the parable of the sower. He said a sower went out to sow. He threw out seeds. Some fell on rocks, others by the wayside, others in thorns, and others on good soil. Says the ones on good soil, they flourished, meaning that the conditions came together to help them grow. Exactly. The soil was good, the weather was fine, there was enough water. So the condition in which the Black Stars has been asked to grow, these conditions are not toxic. They're very poor conditions. Now,
led by Ketokreku.
we accuse players of not being committed. Where will players draw the commitment from when they realize that there's something on the table?
Ajashka.
But when players come and they realize that, wait a minute, there's this strange player in here. How did he get into the team? And believe it or not, listeners, players know they know who's doing well.
I listened to Brad Lai some time ago. He said there are times when they call you to the national team for the first time, when you come and you see Lai, you see Steven Appiah, you see Michael Essien, you see Lemutai, you ask yourself,
am I worthy?
Am I this thing?
No, honestly,
no wonder. That's why Brad Lai wanted.
See, let me tell you something. Let me genuinely tell you something. These days, if you take a Black Stars team photo, right, and you ask members of the public to ID some of the players, some people will be standing there for 1 hour. They can't ID the player.
We cry working this, but
we will struggle because new players keep coming in every call up.
Then you see, so the condition in which this team has been asked to grow is poor. They look at those handling the team, the management people, and they see what they do. All kinds of strange players are coming. So players are asking themselves, why is this guy in the team?
Yep.
So now if they realize that this guy is here not because he's on merit.
I just want to ask one question before you go on. How many caps did Philemon Balfour get?
He didn't even kick the ball.
Where is he now?
No,
where is he?
Shout out to Philemon Balfour. I heard some stories. So I don't know what I should say.
No, you should say it.
Philemon Balfour,
say it.
one of our reporters.
This is the same story as comes to
one of our reporters went to a Black Stars camp. And
it was Dreams FC.
It was Dreams. He wanted to interview players, and then they said, so the people sorting out the interview said, Philemon, talk to this guy. He said, where is he from? He said, he's from Citi FM. He said,
he said, you and I your coach.
Now what's Mayenka?
Anyway, Ben, so
not serious.
Players see all of these things. Okay, they see all of these things. That is one. Two, they realize that the officials handle the team in a very lackadaisical manner. Ben, do you think that the likes of, in the time of Essien, Appiah and co, an FA boss would have the guts to enter a dressing room and tape a dressing down? Think about it. A hair dryer
and dish it out.
What? So in their time, they are matching you out of that dressing room. In that time, they are matching you out of the dressing room because,
come on, get out.
Ben, there's character, there's personality.
Actually,
so we can talk about the players not being committed, but it stems from the environment. Players realize that what is the point?
No, look, Oto Addo is not in charge, so Katokreko can walk in and out of that dressing room and do anything at all.
They feel that
he favored him in appointing him and then giving him a job.
When you take that away, another reason why this team is suffering is the playing body itself, and it's not because they are bad. It is because of conditions, and this is what I mean by that.
You are giving the person the number 10 jersey. He's crying. I don't want the jersey. I don't want the jersey. I don't want the jersey. I'm begging you. My jersey number is number 20. By force, because of juju and things. Well, it would number 10 jersey here. Now, no, the ball is on the goal line. You cannot even tap it in.
And let me take a few voice notes because we have a couple of people who have sent us voice notes. So land and then we'll get to that.
And I'm making a point about player character, Ben, and it stems from a certain lack of understanding amongst players. When you look at the great Black Stars teams of years past, there were always 2 or 3, 4 players who were in one cohort,
who had gone
either under 17 or under 20. Either they've played one level
John Mensah, Sule, Essien, they all played in under 21 in Argentina. They played.
So Ben, when all these players grow, it gives the team a certain character, a certain personality, a certain chemistry, and they draw strength from it. So on days when things aren't working, sometimes they rely on that kind of understanding. And I've heard so many times, years past when Black Stars games have been won because players said, you know what, guys, the tactical side is not working. Let us go back to what
this is what I said last week,
and let's find solutions amongst ourselves. We get over.
Let me give you a perfect example. I listened to Michael Essien some few weeks ago. He was asked to. You remember the goal he scored in Cannes 2008 against Morocco? That chip from Sule.
Yeah.
So he was asked, was that rehearsed on the training ground? He said no. He said the moment the set piece was held, he just gave Sule a sign. Ding the ball, ding it. So sort of just do it. I will be there. Sule too. could execute. So he said that if you listen to Slow, look, he knew that once he gets the execution right, the Buffalo puts it away.
Right now, our team, there's no chemistry. I bet you want to make a quick point.
Yeah, I mean, on coach, the point that coach is making is about how progressively we build our national team. The FA is not aware of that. If they are aware, they have forgotten the proper ways to progress.
Oh, they are aware. They are just not doing it.
They are aware.
Or if you want, the points you are raised, they pick and choose who should be part of that progression.
Always.
They are doing it's cute.
They are doing business with their team. Business.
That's just on. I think I have a lot of things in my mind, but because of time, and I want to pick this. The Black Stars coach, prior to getting these boys together, went to London.
Okay.
Spoke with Kudos in person.
Yeah.
And there's one player, but for Jordan, I'll record the player, let you know. But for Jordan,
Slop?
he called.
Was it Slop?
No, he called Jordan on the phone, and told him that he's a senior player. He would need his experience in the Black Stars. So he's begging him that we have important games to play, two crucial games to play. So he would need him to be the leader of the team. Jordan's elder brother, for the two, they are inseparable. They from what I know from deep sources.
Deep sources.
I'm telling you, Jordan Ayew, Jordan Ayew, and Dede Ayew. You can't separate them. These are players who are playing in England, and I mean
they played in France together, played in England
and
together.
Any of them can buy a house, but they choose to live in the same house. The point. Jordan feels betrayed by Oto Addo. Why? The number 10 jersey, just like Coach raised, is not worn by anyone at all.
You mean Jesse Nwodu?
In quote, yeah.
It's a heavy Jesse.
If look at
Jesse
look at the baby.
Number 10 Jesse Number 10 Jesse Number 10 Jesse therefore they
No, you watch it. Which club was Kojo playing when they decided to want to give him the number 10 jersey?
Juventus.
Juventus.
Fantastic. Andre Morgan Dede, which clubs had he played for? When
brilliant.
Kudus Mohammed, what club is he playing for?
West Ham.
Can you pair? Let's pick those two examples. Can you pair the level of the?
I mean, are you saying that they think Kudus is not worthy of wearing that?
No, that's what I used to think.
They don't think he's worthy of that jersey.
No, he's not gotten there yet. And Jordan feels betrayed.
Let me fair to the boy. My reliable sources say he pleaded with them not to wear the jersey.
And almost your best jersey no by force.
They should give the jersey.
Jordan,
he cried. I'm putting it on record.
Jordan
cried, say he doesn't want to wear the number.
I'm hearing things about my national team. How?
Jordan then again
feels
that Anya Krano, if he's not there, there's a certain Juku who follows in that order. I mean, as in number of caps you have for the national team in terms of captaincy. Oto Addo is making wrong decisions in our Black Stars.
He's destroying the chemistry of our team.
As somebody who's learning to coach.
I agree.
Oto Addo is not there yet. He's learning to coach. We should put that on record. And that is one of the reasons.
We were once told that Oto should have been left in charge after the World Cup.
And do you know?
And that would have been in a better place.
By now.
That time it was Nigeria.
When they told Kudus that he was going to captain the team, I'm also putting on record that the boy told them that no, there's a senior man here who should put on the band. And do you know the examples they gave? He said you should look at Bukayo Saka when Arsenal main captain is not around.
Bukayo Saka has been their team longer than
that
anyone
is the
there.
mistake they didn't do.
Oto Addo is not.
They were only looking at Bukayo Saka's age, but he's one of the senior players.
But I want to learn. Otto is not a top manager. He's bringing a certain division that we've solved, a certain problem with our captaincy.
The division has come already.
That we've solved already.
That you are solving
in the past. And
he has reawakened it.
Played the Black Stars before. You watch it. John Pencil, you were in the team when you knew or saw the problem with the captaincy. You are the assistant coach.
You know these two gentlemen when we went to German 2006, that appearance fee issue. The two of them led that.
They were in
demonstration.
They were in the mix.
Oto Addo and Jose. They've been long-standing friends. So in London. Fatau Dada, you're also in the setup when
problems of captaincy arose, or if you want, was at its peak. And you give the captaincy to a guy who said, I'm not getting the same thing they had wanted to do to Kojo Asamoah.
That's why Kudus, he came back to apologize.
Kudus is playing under pressure right in front of goal.
You can tell.
The week before that, look at how he leaped to head that ball into the net.
And then he gets a ball on the touchline, and
he can't
goal line. On the goal line.
And he cannot tap that ball once the goalkeeper was not even in that area. The guy has a lot. The guy has a lot
on his. Yeah, because that culminated in the release of that statement onto the.
That's why I'm saying that he shouldn't do that again. Because if you look at what he went through, don't give the captaincy to me, give it to my senior, so that we all rally behind him.
My last point. If you read from 2015 down here, from 2015 we had made the finals of the AFCON, right?
Yep.
Yes,
2015 made the finals.
2 years after 2017, we got to the semi-finals, right? The following AFCON, we got to the round of 16. The following one, we go to the round of 15.
No, they got to round of 15.
The 2019 round of 16.
2019 round of 16.
No, ran in Cameroon group stage.
2019. Hold on. 2019 we lost on penalties. I mean Tunisia round of 16. Then the next one was in Cameroon group stage, no win. Cote d'Ivoire group stage, no win. So Egypt was in 2019. Yes. That's when we went to the group round of 16. So after Egypt went to Cameroon.
That was the one where after we lost, there was quickly that hushed meeting between the then sports minister and people to cook the Kwesi Appiah narrative that he was a bad coach, blah blah blah, and we got rid of it.
Was that?
There's this man. That's the Muslim one.
If Kwesi was sacked because we got booted out in the second round. What is it
against Tunisia?
Against Tunisia on penalties. Oto Addo cannot defeat Niger, Sudan, Angola.
Look,
we are not going to call
you guys. You go be shocked that the qualification series will end. We wouldn't have won a single game.
Just as I mentioned, we are on a decline. We must accept that. Is the Black Stars collapsing? Do you know? Yes, you know. Do I know? Yes, I know. Is the FA aware? No, they don't.
They don't think it's collapsing.
No. It's not that they don't know. They don't care.
They don't care.
And that's a problem. That's a problem because the Black Stars management team or members, if you want, are made up of integral part of the Ghana Football Association.
And they collect big monies and honorariums.
That's the point I want. That's the point I want to end. Do you think these guys deserve to be given $100,000?
Dr. Randiabe is on record to have defended that.
When there is success, we should be rewarded. When there is failure, we take accountability. So they should take accountability
and resign and leave.
That is where my 2015 down analysis begins from. Do you think they've been? How's the better English? They've been
fair to us?
No, not
or deserving of the money.
Deserving of the money if you.
Oh, but that money they never deserved it too. See, let me listen to Ghanaians. Ghanaians are sending me voice notes from around the world. I will come back to Premier League stuff. We have a big game to profile before we leave here. So let me listen to.
I want to do some small blacks.
I'll take 10 voice notes and then I'll come back to you. Let's go.
Hey Ben and guys in the studio. Greetings from New Jersey. All I can say is that, see, the fundamentals are weak, and the Black Stars has exposed us. It's so clear that back then, see the lab that we used to even watch the under-17s, and all those things. Me, I grew up in Medina before traveling to the US. Charlie, Heavy United and all those things. The way players came from there, we saw a lot of our players coming from there, and we see the way we Charlie number 3 pack pana Charlie go aye match boy Charlie.
My name is Eric Kinebua, aka Bellyman. I think Keto Kuroku should be declared wanted by FIFA. That is all. That is the only way Ghana can survive. I mean, our blasters. My name is Eric Kinebua, aka Bellyman. I think Keto Kuroku should be declared wanted by FIFA. That is all. That is the only way Ghana can survive. I mean, our blasters.
Hey, Bellyman. No, Bellyman, you are the real MVP.
Locked up.
Charlie, let's listen to more.
Hello, guys. I'm Kwesi calling from the UK. You see, I felt very embarrassed when Obama came to Ghana and preached us about institutions. You see, our problem is we don't seem to believe in institutions. Oh, Ket. Oh, Kwesi Nyantechi. Oh, Akufo-Addo. Oh, JM. You see, when you're not building an institution, you can bring whoever, and it will still not work. How on earth, I repeat, how on earth do we have GFA president owning a team? It just doesn't make sense. This is conflict of interest. That's the problem we have.
I'm glad he said conflict of interest. Yes. It's something that we do not understand in this country at large.
We need to pull all the structure.
Yep.
If you want to run football, you want to have a team, you have nowhere in our football
when
running.
You tell people this, it's like, I don't know how to explain it. Imagine going to another country and telling them that the FA president has a team in the Premier League. Yeah. They'll look at you like you're crazy.
Yep. That's exactly what it is.
How does even if you go to the GFA,
how do you have oversight responsibility
and things? How are you even sure the GFA is going to be fair? Because even look at this Dreams FC RTU thing that happened.
Wow, look.
How fair do we feel that is? If we are being honest, all these things are important. But please, thank you for the word so sweet. Continue.
Please play more voice notes for me.
Ben, good evening. Nathan, coach, and the rest of the panelists there. To me, the GFA president, Ket Okreku, should resign. And coach Oto Addo, they have to sack him immediately. He should go. What kind of nonsense is this? How can you disgrace Ghana like this? Sure. A man who cannot perform his night duties blame mosquitoes.
What? Damn! Oh damn, boy! Oh damn! Oh my G! Oh damn!
Hey!
Punchline! Oh.
What did he say again?
Oh no!
Says a man who
cannot perform his night duties. What are the duties of a man at night?
And you blame mosquitoes.
Please go on.
Sure. A man who cannot perform his night duties blame mosquitoes.
Yo, Ben. Good evening. Charlie. Coach, can't take your stone. Eh? You said this from the one. We never gave you a listening ear. We never. Charlie, against the road. I mean, that youth minister, that youth and sports minister, if for resign, get the Kreko for go. From the one where you talk, we say scout. Sambra will be scout for Dortmund. Can't they lead one a national team? Head coach? Oh, come on. Can't do this anymore, Charlie. We love Blackstar. But at this point, dear. Allah, they for resign, they for dissolve them from the minister and Kasa to ground. They for succumb. Yo, Ben. Good evening. Charlie. Coach, can't take your stone. Eh? You said this from the one. We never gave you a listening ear. We never. Charlie.
Hello, Sports Panorama team. This is Kofi from London. I think we should just go back to the basics. Let's get our scouts to scout 100 boys under 14, and these boys should form the core of the national team. If we do that, then we know that we have a stock to feed all levels of our national teams. These boys should be given scholarships. They should be hosted at Pram Pram and Winneba. This was what Ben Kofi did for us and made us see Ghana at its peak at the World Cup and in Africa. I think we should just go back. You guys are doing a great job. Thank you.
Let me take 3 more voice notes and then we'll come back to Susugram. Yeah.
From London. I think we should just go back to the basics. Let's get our scouts to scout 100 boys.
Okay, for me, guys, there's an S from 18. Okay, so for me, I think that the government needs to have some kind of willpower we are not seeing government, the will from the government to do some of these things, and I think it's quite unfortunate. They seem helpless, but if the government can really do something in that regard, we can start from there. Anyway, I'm grateful for this opportunity. Enjoy the rest of your program. Thank you.
Hi, good evening. My name is Israel. I'm calling from Ashaiman. I am very, very disappointed in Coach Oto Addo. If he doesn't have anything to say, he should just shut up. Why would he make this comment trying to suggest that the players that we have currently at the Black Stars are not, we can't equate them to the players that we used to have in the 2010 and in the 2006? He's a big liar. He should come again. This man is not a coach. This man is not a coach. Look, I was just going through the technical team of the countries in our group, and he's the least. Like, both our technical team is the least among the countries in our AFCON qualified group, and same as the countries in our World Cup qualified group. Oto Addo, this man has to be fired, including the Ghana Football Association president. They have to go. They can't save our football. Thank you.
Please, good evening. Why did we bring Oto Addo back to Black Stars? Is he not the same person who took us to the World Cup and we performed shambolically? Bringing him back was a big mistake we've ever made. So he should be got rid of. That's our solution. He's not brave enough to coach the Black Stars.
Good evening, Citi Sports. This is Tete Lampard. I'm speaking from Temacom 7, Coca-Cola Park, Tete Lampard. In fact, tell Coach Christopher Nimley that he has my support. In fact, I'm sitting at the exact spot that I was sitting last week whilst I was listening to the show, and he made it clear that there is no way Oto Addo or Auto Mechanic is going to beat Akwesi Appiah. And this Ket and his group, I don't know the planet that they are coming from. They don't have resignation in their DNA. So this is, if you don't push them there, even if you give them the next 20 years, they will want to be there, regardless of the result that they are giving Ghana. They don't care. They are just doing their own thing. They don't care about anything. Just look at their heads. The same shape. Thank you.
He just went there. Anyway, Bellyman still has my vote, and then the guy with the mosquito.
Yeah.
Graham, you have the final word in the Black Stars.
Look, you guys have said such beautiful words. I can't even top it, but I'll just say something. I'll just give it very quickly. So much has to change. So much will not change, but in the short term, we can sack the coach. In the short term, we can try and build a team culture, and then one thing we have to hope is that Ketokreku changes his behavior. Cry if he doesn't want to resign, he still wants to be FA president. He should just leave the coaching to the coach. At the very least, he should just do that for us. If he said the FA president, he won't resign, he's going to do his full term.
Appoint a psychologist.
He's the psychologist. He's the team psychologist. Don't worry. And if he decides that he wants to talk to the team, he should keep it between the team. We don't need to see it again. In fact, we don't need to see him on YouTube. That YouTube channel,
slapping his head and then
that YouTube channel, if he's there, it's because he's doing a press conference. He's doing charity work. He's going to open a training center or something. He shouldn't be doing team talks over there. So my whole thing is that, look, if there's any Black Stars players listening, we don't have any problem with you. We think you are talented. We think you are better than all the other teams in the group. But you've been let down by the institution and you've been let down by your coach. It's okay. It happens. It's not your fault. That's all I'm come to say. That for me, the players.
No, the players take some of the blame. They are not blameless.
Let me finish. If they take the blame, because they have to execute by 15%. Because you can't. There's a reason they are not coaches. You understand? The coach is supposed to put it all together. If Man City, you send all their players to play 11-11 all season, they won't win the league. Pep is there to push them over the line. So please,
let me just ask one thing. When we are coaching, what do you see John Pencil and Lehman What do you see them doing?
Oh,
The only thing I see when you substitute the player, they said shake the player hand.
Don't
Well done.
do that. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. They sent the message. Pencil sent his messages to Notepad. Like he has like stuff on the Notepad. He sends.
He will stop sweating.
Talk to me. Let me stay with you. Graham. Talk to me this weekend. You have we have a statistical breakdown or preview for Liverpool versus Chelsea this weekend. That game is on Sunday. That's the big game this weekend. Talk to me about what the numbers are saying and who is winning that game, because you know a lot of people have an interest.
Oh, winning that game, I can give you breakdown, I can give you odds and everything, but if you lose your money at your own risk. So I was looking at some stats. Opta said Liverpool have about maybe 50% chance of winning the game. So this is based on past results, you know, their form and that kind of stuff. So Liverpool seems to be favorites. Home advantage helps, of course, but Liverpool have been defending very well. They've conceded 2 goals all season. Chelsea have been scoring a lot of goals. They've scored 16, which is second in the league. So it's going to be a very interesting battle, attack versus defense. And I like what Chelsea have been doing on the counter attack. Very dangerous. And we know Liverpool and his slot, they like to dominate the ball, play high up. But I'm scared because when I see Gravenberch and McAllister as defensive midfielders, if you are trying to stop a team, they are not the most ball winning type. They are very good progressing the ball.
McAllister is likely to miss this game. Actually, he wasn't seen training in the last Liverpool session.
Yeah, so even that day, maybe if Endo plays, I'm a bit more confident because at least I know Endo, he's a bit more solid. He's going to be thinking about shielding the back line. So it'll be a very interesting game of attack and defense. And we've seen that Maresca, he's realized the possession thing isn't really there. He's been a bit more pragmatic, trying to play a bit more on the counter. So we'll see. I mean, Jackson and Palmer are a great counter-attacking duo. We are seeing them. And Jackson, this season, he seems to be taking his chances. So I like what Chelsea is doing. They are not favorites. It's going to be a difficult game, but I believe it's going to be an exciting one for sure. But for the people who are superstitious, if I remember correctly, Yao Mental was telling me earlier, is it 7 of their last 9 games? Or was it Edem who told me? It was Edem who told me 7 of their last 9 games have ended in draws. So if that's how you like to think about things, I'm also putting that out there.
Namely,
is it scoring draw or goalless draw?
Oh, score draw. Most likely a score draw.
Yeah, no, a lot of them have been scored draw. I remember there was a 2-2, a 1-1, and
for me, I think Liverpool win.
Same here.
I think this Chelsea team is doing very, very well, but they are still too young a team to withstand the fire from Anfield. I think that back line, the goalkeeper, the back line, lacks the necessary experience. For me, the only player I think is very experienced to deal with the situation is the Spanish left back, Correa.
He will miss the game.
Another big problem
Due
there.
to accumulation of yellow cards.
You know, I just remembered. Chelsea have a lot of players who are suspended
so
as well.
once again, it is going to weaken them because they are going to have a partnership that is not used to playing together. And look, at this level, the opponent coach will see that. He will know that, come on, that pair or that back line has never been the same, or it is not the same back line they are trying to build for the future. So go test them. And I expect Liverpool to come so hard at them in such a way that the likes of Palmer and the likes of Nicolas Jackson, yes, their prime responsibility will be to have Liverpool to worry defensively. But they'll be under so much pressure that they themselves will have to commit some, or they have to let go of some attacking play to help the team defensively. If you look at the forward line of Liverpool, Diaz, Salah, I hear Jota is back. That to me is too powerful an attacking tool to have as against this makeshift Chelsea back line. So if Chelsea really do want to get something out of the game, a lot will come down to Enzo Fernandez and the boy Caicedo.
Yeah.
If they don't
dominating the middle of the park.
If they don't, but I doubt, because the pressure, the atmosphere at Anfield.
This is a big test for Ryan Gravenberch, though.
Yeah,
I feel like he's played a lot of games, but this is a big test. This is like his first real test.
I think he will be fine, because for them to expose him, Chelsea will have to dominate the ball to expose him. Then he'll be required to do a lot more defensive work. But because Liverpool, from what I see, I think Liverpool will dominate it, so he'll be very fine. And I think if all goes to plan, like Susu rightly said, Liverpool have conceded only 2 goals in 7 games.
The only issue is Alisson not playing.
Alisson's not missing. They have Keller. Keller is free.
But their replacement has always been a very good replacement. That goalkeeper, he's always been a very good replacer. So I expect Liverpool to show. I think that all things go well for Liverpool is going to be an Ayele scoreline. Yeah,
3.
Yeah, I think all things being equal, Liverpool.
You mean it's a collecting thing?
Yeah, they'll collect because look, that back.
Yeah, they'll collect.
Chelsea has scored a lot of
I just
goals,
want
but
to
defensively
make
they
a
give
point.
a lot
Even
away.
What he said, makeshift backline, and Chelsea have also they've lost the ball a lot at the back. There's this stat, errors leading to shots. I believe they are second in the league. So it means that there's always misplaced passes, someone, miscommunication at the back.
We saw them against Brighton. All the Brighton goals they scored.
And look at what Liverpool did to United when United made those mistakes. They
punished them.
They punished them. So it's all there.
Yeah.
Premier League weekend. I believe coach and Susu have.
I'm not excited one bit.
Oh yeah, I know, because of Man United.
Man United are coming to play again.
And Brentford will always score first and score very early. And this Man United team has shown consistently that they are very slow starters. They walk into games and it's like they are sleepwalking.
Glory be to God.
And so so if you look for the investors out there, if you are going to put something on the table, bro, don't make it too complicated. Yeah, Man United to concede first goal. I mean, it's not complicated. It is not complicated. Against this Brentford team,
I actually think they'll lose the game, but that's a story for another day.
I'm sure at this point, all the betting company.
Yeah. No. I think United will win 2-0.
No, you see, 2-0 won't happen.
Brentford
on no day.
No, you see,
Brentford concede a lot.
Brentford they concede.
They do pass it.
But United don't look like it.
No. You see, everything that this United team have already said, they are not finding problem creating chances. It's about putting the chances away.
Yeah.
And
clearly, about stopping the opposition from scoring.
Look,
if you consistently give the ball away,
clean sheets. Is it 3 or 4 clean sheets already?
Yeah, no.
That 3-0 to Liverpool and the 3-0 to I think Spurs. Those have been the two very bad results, and we all can understand and do the tactical analysis.
Maybe the problem with United is that either they defend very well or they defend very badly. Maybe that's the issue.
But they can't. United can't score goals.
They can't score defensively. Yeah. Delete and Co. Apart from that Liverpool game and the Spurs game where that one man
United will need my services at some point.
But what they really need to do is to put the ball, and I think that's something.
It's a significant problem.
Van Nistelrooy and Co are working on. Look,
if you are running the same bracket as the likes of Everton in terms of goal scoring,
but
there's a problem.
But in terms of chances created,
they are very high.
They are very high up there.
Underperforming their XG.
That's right.
Nathan, you get the final word on
this. I'm liking how XG is becoming mainstream.
Yeah,
people don't like it, but me, I like it. Some people, they say it doesn't say it. It says everything about the chance.
XG is good because it gives you a good measure.
The goals you expected to
score. Yes, it gives you a good measure.
It says everything.
As to a team's potential, what they can do.
If I can come and look at your XG and tell that you have been useless the whole 80 minutes on the pitch.
But Spurs West Ham will be fine.
Spurs West Ham
should
be quite interesting.
Very fun.
Spurs are home. They are very solid at home. It's the away games that I worry about them.
And Ange's insistence to play that same way, even when they are 2-0 up.
Yep.
We'll see how it goes. My interest will be the Ghanaian players. I'd love to see how
Kudus lift himself up.
I want to see that. I want to see Semenyo.
And Arsenal will be taking on AFC Bournemouth. So Thomas Partey, Semenyo, and Partey is fit. Yeah,
look, let's put this. Let's make this straight.
To see him play.
Partey's absence from the Black Stars was genuine.
He wasn't well.
I'm surprised it's being debated because he's come to play for Ghana when he was half fit.
When he was half fit, he had to come with his own physio for them to. He pays his own physio and all that.
But quite a few Arsenal players pulled out of international
breaks.
So I'm sure people are saying that.
Yeah, reading things.
They feel like Arteta told them that the international break no need like that.
I just wanna spend a few minutes talking about England's appointment.
Let's do that 2 minutes and then we can go.
It was a very interesting thing. The matters accelerated very quickly from having agreed to do it and then the unveiling, even though he starts work 1st January 2025.
He signed his contract before the Greece game, just by the way. So this is something. It's not like Likazli went and messed up this international break. No, they had decided already.
It's a very interesting appointment. And I was saying something earlier about teams knowing where they are and knowing that okay, we need to do this
to get to
take us to the next level. Or you see the crop you have and you say this crop, if I put them in the hands of a very good manager, they can make the leap. And I think England have realized that the difference really in a World Cup semi-final win over Croatia or a Euro win over Italy was just coaching, pure and simple, brilliant coaching. And I think after 8 years, they realized that it wasn't going to work with Southgate because clearly he could take them to a point, but not beyond. Somebody was asking me on social, do I think Tuchel is capable? Tournaments are 7 games max.
Maximum.
And he won a tournament, the Champions League.
Tournaments are 7 games max. So I think England have made a very interesting choice. What I've not liked about the appointment is the whole hullabaloo about the man is German. And so what if he's German?
No. 2 World Wars and 1 World Cup.
Thank you. We have to
I'm coming. The context, I understand how English people feel, especially about Germans. Yeah. English pride, English nationalism, blah, blah, blah.
The only thing that could have been worse is a French person.
Probably.
You know. So, I just think on the footballing side, England have made a very interesting decision. Thomas Tuchel himself will have to execute well, because you see the common thread that runs through his time in coaching has been clashing with authorities, play, and he's not very shy. When things are going bad, he'll tell you that I don't like this guy. I hope he can understand what it means to handle England. In terms of the tactics, I have no problem. I think if it's just executing 7 games in a competition, I think he's able to do it.
Finally, he could get it to come.
My only problem with this, and before we go, I think that if England had problems with how Southgate was playing his football, they are going to have a lot of problems with how this guy plays
because
football.
Tommy Tuchel
because this guy's football is not pretty. His football, in fact, if you remember Chelsea's crisis, it started under him. They could barely create any chance. After the Champions League success, look, Chelsea were laborious to watch. Like, you watch them in the game and the chances were not coming.
But so that's what I'm saying, that I think 7 games max in the tournament.
Fair game.
I think where England are at right now, any tournament win will be happy.
If they can get to the semi-finals of a tournament with him,
you
fancy that when they get to the final,
they can win.
And our colleague Edwin said the best. England have chosen the best coach possible to give this
generation
their best chance
of
winning.
Unlike
us, exactly, who have given it to someone that we don't even know
they
if
know
he can
like
win.
us. They know like
but
us.
I'm looking at him like this.
They know like us.
Any shout.
I just want to say, please go and reach. I beg you.
Please get to Citi Sports
Writing is hard, so please
it's a statistical preview
of
Liverpool versus
so
Chelsea.
You have tomorrow evening.
Everything in there.
You even have tomorrow.
The game is on Sunday, so
everything in there.
Written by my very good friend.
Everything in there. Everything you need in there. So quick shout out.
My shout out is trainer scout. No tension. We are losing by the grace of Ket. Shamo, Bawasaba. Ket, resign. Oto Addo, resign and leave our football alone.
Shouts to Mike of the JSP Basketball League in Sudan. And speaking of basketball, a big shouts to Spintex Knights, Dr.
Are they back?
They're back.
I actually saw their bus.
They will be back. They will be here next week.
I saw their bus.
They qualified.
They won the tournament.
They qualified to the Elite 16 stage in the Basketball Africa League. And so congrats to you guys. And big shouts to our very good friend Joshua Chirbuansa, who is listening from the United States. Joshua, I salute you.
Timbus.
Mine is on a more solemn note. I think the Sports Panorama team will extend our condolences to the families of the 2 young ladies who passed away.
Yes, please. Very important.
That's just from the Sports Panorama team. We don't worry, even though we are here, we are thinking about it, and our deepest condolences.
Nathan,
great stuff. Shout outs to all our listeners. We really appreciate the fact that you take time out to listen to us every Friday. For some people, it's a ritual. I have people who text me and say, "Oh, we didn't see the upload.
By Wednesday, people were on my neck to host the show."
And all of that.
The Black game.
So we thank you. We thank you so much for listening. We don't take this for granted. We thank you. We never take it for granted.
When you see us in town and come and talk to us, it's fine. But if you see we are with the lady, we beg.
This
this matter your man talking from some deep place.
I know. I've experienced
No
it.
trespassing.
I know. I understand. I understand.
I've
where-
experienced
I
it.
understand where he's coming
My
from.
experience was extremely nasty.
Yeah.
Extremely nasty and all. The gentleman was shouting and yelling in
They
the
say
restaurant.
Susu Graham says approach him when you meet him. Approach me.
Uh-huh.
But when we are with the Lilith,
when we are with company,
and a big shout to Prophet Odro, for the killer soundbite and for his fight against Galamsey.
Thank you, Prophet
Thank you
Odro.
very much, guys. Premier League.
Say no to Galamsey.
Yes, sir.
Forever and ever.
Yes, so Benjamin Nketsia here, Coach Christopher Nimley, Yahweh Jamie,
Hashtag say no to Galamsey. Stop
Thank you to every
Galamsey
guy,
now.
everybody who made this show possible. Let's leave you with Bellyman. I think he has the quote of the night. So Bellyman, take the quote of the night.
My name is Eric Chinebua, aka Bellyman. I think Keto Kureku should be declared wanted by FIFA. That is all. That is the only way Ghana can survive. I mean, our blasters.